Hey, what's up, guys? Alright, so this video is going to be kind of a review of Chapter 126. I know I'm late with that, but yeah, whatever. And it's kind of going to be a prediction video of what's going to happen in Chapter 127, or what's implied going to be revealed in Chapter 127, and what could be possibly happening in future chapters. So, let's just jump right into the video. Okay, so what I like about Chapter 126 is that we don't waste any time. We get straight into the flashback between Finral and his brother Langris. Is that how you pronounce the name? Langris? Something like that? I don't know. But yeah, we don't waste any time. We get right into the flashback, and fuck, dude. If I went through what Finral went through as a kid, I think I'm worthless too. I get now why he was like so reluctant to actually do anything, to be useful, to be active in missions or anything like that. Because I mean, in the first thing you see in the chapter is his own mother calling him useless and basically all but disowning him, saying that Langris is superior to him in every way and that she doesn't care about him and that Langris is, as far as she's concerned, Langris is her only son. Like, dude, when your own mom is saying that to you, I don't think we see the dad in the chapter, but when your own mom is saying something like that to you, that hurts. That cuts deep to you. But yeah, what was interesting about the flashback was that, all right, so in past interactions between Finral and Langris, we've seen Langris be like really abusive to Finral, if not physically but verbally, where he basically threatens him and says like, "Hey, you're nothing compared to me. You should just go die," shit like that. But in the flashback, Langris didn't really have that kind of like feel to him. Like we didn't really see Langris like abusing Finral verbally or physically or anything like that. He thought himself as superior to Finral in every way, and that he was like naturally going to be the next head of family. But other than that, he didn't really have like any aggression towards Finral until we had like a little time skip in the flashback where we see Finral and Langris being introduced to the next head of their family's fiance, who was actually just like sickly like black haired chick. And we see her and Finral kind of like talking in the garden, and they're like, they're having a good time. And she's like, I'm glad you're gonna be my fiance. I'm glad you're gonna be my future husband. And for all it tells her like, no, no, I am the oldest technically, but as far as I'm concerned, as far as the family's concerned, I'm not really their son. Langris is most likely gonna be the next head. He's more likely to be your fiance. And this is where we see the fiance. I forget what her name was, but she tells Finral that she actually thinks that Finral is better suited to be her husband than Langris, and that she prefers him. And of course, Langris overhears this, and this is literally, I guess, the first time anyone has ever told him that, or anyone's ever inferred that Finral is superior to him in some way. So his superiority complex goes from like here to like here, like way, like it goes way past max. And this is what pushes him to be like abusive and like aggressive towards his brother, basically telling him like every time he sees him that he's worthless and that he's useless. And we see this come full circle in this actual chapter where the two of them are fighting, and Finral's actually holding his own. He doesn't have any really attack magic as of yet. I think all his spells are basically just still supportive, but he is holding his own against his brother, where he's actually using his own magic to cancel out to cancel out Langris's attack spatial magic. And he actually activates a new spell in this chapter where it's like a slow moving homing missile where if it touches his opponent, they forcibly get transported to anywhere else. We see I can never remember this character's name, but we see a character on Langris's team get transported to the Black Bulls headquarters, where he ends up in the bathroom with the captain, and it's like he's done. He's done. The captain literally said, "I'm going to kill you now," because he catches him on the toilet. But yeah, forget about that. We see like just the fact that Finral might become a little bit of a threat. We see Langris basically just go like full mental on him. He unleashes, I think, his most powerful magic attack, and he has this like such killing intent that the Magic Emperor and Asta both recognize it, and they imply that they recognize this feeling for something else, not just as a killing intent. That they felt this like rage and this kind of aura for somewhere before. And this is where I want to get into my predictions for chapter 127 and what could happen in future chapters. So based on the way that Asta and the Magic Emperor reacted to Langris's basically aggression towards Finral at the end of the chapter, I'm thinking this might be them implying that at some point or in some way Langris is connected to White Knight's Eye, and if you don't know what White Knight's Eye is, it's basically the villain group that are actually holding this tournament to find a team to go up against. Now, I'm not sure exactly what they're implying. Maybe if you combine that scene with the end of the flashback, maybe after that flashback scene, that ending flashback scene, Langris came in contact with White Knight's Eye's leader, obviously not knowing who he was. and his leader made a deal with him to where he boosted his magic, but also like boosted his aggression, and that's maybe why Langris has such like hatred and so abusive to Finral. Either that, or we have seen already proof that White Knight's Eye has the ability to manipulate emotions and memories. So maybe when Finral, or not Finral, when Langris went up against a member of the White Knight's Eye a few chapters ago, or when we saw that a member of White Knight's Eye actually infiltrated the Mage Knight captains, like their meeting, maybe at one of those 2 points, Langris actually got infected by the Mage Knight, not Mage Knights, by White Knight's Eye, and they upped his emotions, like basically upped his hatred and rage towards Finral, so that they could basically just start chaos within the Magic Knight's order. And if my theory about that's correct, this could possibly mean that at some point later on in the chapters, we'll find out that more members of the Magic Knights are actually infected, which could be interesting. Could actually lead to something very interesting. Like imagine that when they finally get this whole tournament settled, they had a team with however many members. They had the 2 teams built up, and they go up against like the White Knight's Eye. What if members of the team are actually infected by White Knight's Eye's like manipulation and turn on the other members of the team that are sent after them, which could lead to those team members getting killed or captured, which would lead to a rescue arc. That could be something that they're setting up for in this chapter. I don't know. We'll have to wait till the next few chapters to find out. But yeah, that's it for this video. I'm interested to see what happens if my theory is correct about Langris being affected and whatnot. I still hold by my theory that I know some people are thinking that next chapter Finral is going to beat Langris and his team's going to win. I still hold by my theory that Langris' team will win at the end of the day, simply because while Finral might be able to defend himself against Langris' magic, I doubt he'll be able to defend himself, defeat him, and protect the crystal at the same time. So one of those 3 things aren't gonna happen. Either he's gonna lose, he's gonna die, or the crystal's gonna get destroyed. It has to be one of those 3 things that are gonna happen, and I just don't see his team coming out with a victory, unless Leopold can at some point defeat or destroy the crystal before Langris can activate his attack and destroy their crystal. I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Comment down below your thoughts and theories, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.